Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the DTB podcast, the number one barber podcast on YouTube and of the world.
Stay down, came up, God made a way.
Today we have another episode and we have some special guests. We're going to pass it up to my co-host.
What's cracking? What's cracking? This is KO here out in the DTB podcast today. We got today two great special guests of the evening tonight. Let's go. We got Chente Blends out of the 626 and Oscarinho. What's cracking, man?
Hey, we're back for round two.
This
Back
is
for
take
round
two.
two.
Yeah, man.
Hey, what happened with the first one?
Oh, honestly, bro, it was a real bad mistake. And I'm over here, too, switching up my system. Like, right when I leave here, I go to my laptop and I transfer the files. Back then, I used to wait. So that day, I got back home. My wife wanted to do something. So I was like, all right, give me 30 minutes. I'm going to transfer all these files and we get going. And then all that, like, I guess because I rushed a little bit, too, I replaced the old files, bro.
It's funny because I get a call from Diego, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I got some good news and I got some bad news." And I was just like, "Bro, hit me with all the news."
Yeah.
And he tells me, he's like, "Hey, the files got corrupted, this, and that." And I was just like, "Damn, I'm down to go back though."
Yeah, I was scared to ask you guys. I was like, man, I know they got things to do. They're busy. They're busy, man. So how busy have you guys been lately? Since the beginning of the year, like teaching and cutting hair.
Dang, this year for me, the homie Vince, we've been busy, bro. Busy at the shop. Clients are staying, keeping me busy. Classes I've been doing, private little one-on-ones here and there. Events, showcases, networking events, all of that, bro. Just almost every weekend is booked.
Okay, I saw that you guys started doing one-on-ones, right?
Yeah, so
How do you guys go about that? Who gets the student?
honestly, it's from both ends. We just post on our stories like, does anyone need any classes? Do you want to expand on your shear work knowledge? If you do, feel free to hit me or Oscar up and we'll be more than happy to teach. Because I know teaching only by yourself, it's so difficult.
I understand.
You get so tired throughout the day where you like, I need someone else to help split up the work or help me, like explain this as well. But what I like about teaching with like two people or, with other people is that people get an insight of how other people do it. There's different styles of cutting, Some people might want to learn how I do things and how Oscar do things. So, and it's a lot easier on our end, just splitting up the work. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, how do you feel educating now? Do you guys feel prepared or like how is that right now? How many classes have you guys done?
I mean, I've done a handful,
Okay.
I can, easily more than my fingers can count.
So you
But,
you could already teach the theory very well.
The thing that I say that I still need to work on is to solidify a curriculum, because everything is just like, all right, off the top of my head, boom, 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 boom. But there's no visual behind it. It's just like my whiteboard and what I'm it's like old school.
Oh, you have a whiteboard though?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
It's like old
That's
school.
dope.
But it's like it's not the way that I want to be teaching it.
Okay,
Like,
you want to teach it with a PowerPoint?
I want to slide. Still bring my whiteboard to explain everything, but I think when people have a visual behind something, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So that's what we're currently working on creating.
Have you heard of hair texture or something like that?
Yeah, I have that.
Oh, the hair tech
Is an
app?
app? I think that will help you guys a lot too, right?
Yeah, so I use that, but we're working on creating a visual behind all
Yeah.
of it.
How long do you think you're gonna have your curriculum?
It's not too hard to
Not
create.
too hard to create.
Yeah.
but
A
we
lot of
do.
people think cutting hair is like rocket science, but it's not, bro. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, we're working with hair. It's not
Yeah.
too difficult. There's really nothing we can change about what's already been taught. It's
Correct.
like we're just teaching it our way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
true.
How we understand.
I think vocabulary is really important when you're learning hair.
Yeah,
I remember like
100%.
some of the classes I went to, we started with vocabulary all over again. And I thought I knew. Some people would define it in a different way that was easier for me to understand. And that's what I started noticing about all the classes. Like they're all teaching the same thing in a different way.
Yeah.
But we all have our own style.
Yep.
Right.
We all have our own style.
So you guys mentioned like an app? I never heard of that app. What was that app? How does that help?
Can you explain it more a little bit?
So Hair Tech, it's an app where you can go. You have the diagram of the head, right?
Yeah.
In 2 dimensions, right? And you're able to draw lines on the sections, different parts of the head. and you can explain to people how to map out a haircut on that app.
You can draw arrows,
Yeah, you
right?
can draw
You could
arrows.
write notes on it.
Yeah.
And you could share it, like whatever you're drawing on top of it,
Yeah.
like it's recording, and you could share it to someone, and they could see
I'd
what
be
you
able to share
created.
my haircuts to somebody else, you know.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
So it's a good app to use. Hair Tech.
Hair tech. Nice.
Yeah. So what classes have you guys been invited since the beginning of the year? And how was that? How was your calendar?
As far as classes this year, we've been to one. You know, like one big class was when we went to Menspire Portland.
Oh, okay. No, what that you given or been
Oh.
invited, like showcase or
Showcase. We've done a couple, bro. Like
Yeah, huh.
month of January, there was probably a couple that we went to. You know, February we went to a couple.
I feel
You
like the
know.
LYC one was the biggest one.
LYC one was popping.
Oh, okay. For real, you feel like that one was the biggest one?
Yeah,
far
bro.
that-
So far.
yeah.
Why, attendance wise or just the people there?
I feel like everything. You
Yeah,
know,
it was a
attendance,
party.
community. You know,
Yeah.
we were able to bring in a lot of people within the
Right.
the hair community. I've never seen it pop off like that. You know,
Oh, for real? So you guys went to the last year one or no? Did you guys go?
no,
Is this the first one? Oh, it's the first one.
For a first time
Okay.
event, bro. Shout out to Hugo at LYC
Yeah.
because that thing was crazy.
Yeah, it was nice. I liked it. At some point, it was really packed. It was
Yeah, bro.
really packed.
really packed.
Despite the rain and
Yeah, despite all like the unforeseen circumstances, crazy
yeah,
turnout.
yeah, it was good. So what's next for you guys? Where are you gonna be at?
The next trip that we got planned is in San Francisco. So we're flying out to the Bay. I got invited. You know, shout out the homies at Atypical Men's Grooming.
Atypical,
You know,
okay.
we're gonna be doing a showcase over there.
Okay,
So-
what is it, like a grand opening or just showcase?
It's just they're hosting their showcase, and then the following day it's a class. So they're teaching a class. You know, full class.
Hands on.
I don't think it's a hands-on. It's more of a
Look and learn.
look and learn. You know, the marketing, business side. I think they're doing all that stuff.
Okay.
But it's gonna be a good time. I've never been to SF, and then I'm bringing the homie Vince with me.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a cool experience for the first time.
Yeah, that's dope. What do you guys like the most about working with each other?
Honestly, this dude's like my right hand man. You know what I'm saying? Like we connect really well.
Uh-huh.
We got similar sense of humor. You know.
Yeah.
It's just like having your homie working with you. You know.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
I see that you guys are always together.
Yeah,
No.
it's a homie.
We kicking it inside the shop, outside the shop. It's fun, you know. Like getting to work with Oscar. Like we literally do the same type of work. You know, the way
Yeah.
we cut hair is very similar. And then a lot of our interests outside of work is the same, like soccer,
Music.
music, and then just like our sense of humor just kind of just rolls along. You know?
It's
Yeah.
like, you know, when you got that, when you're in school, you know, you have that homie
Yeah.
that has this other homie, and when they're in the same class, it's just like
It's just a
chaos.
mess, yeah.
That's like me and him.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
if we were put in a class, like we had to be separated.
Yeah, the teacher will separate
Hey,
us.
but it's
Yeah.
only when you guys are alone, right? Or you guys like that everywhere, like at the shop.
everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
bro.
like,
Everywhere.
like in the Menspire class
Uh-huh.
when we were doing our hands-on portion, like I was far away from this guy because I know if I was next to this guy, like we would just be talking and
Yeah.
be distracted.
yeah.
And then Sean pulled up to me, or like he just said out loud, "It's like, yeah, I like how you guys are separated. That's good because I know you guys would be."
We'd be yapping.
yapping,
Be yapping, yeah.
Because I was like on this side of the room, he's all the way over there. I'm like, all right, this is cool. Now we're just both focused on just
Yeah.
you know on just the class.
And it's funny because like how we talk, you know, day to day, people start picking up on our lingo. You
Yeah.
know?
During the class, like we were just like yapping, just having fun, just saying our own lingo and just kind of just having fun. And then like the class was like only for 4 days, and then I think by like day 2 or 3, I just noticed a lot of like the other students in the class were also saying the same thing and joking
Okay.
with us, and then like understanding what we're saying, and
But
just-
where did you
just
guys
fun,
get your
just
lingo from?
It just comes out.
It just
bro.
comes out, bro.
Like,
We
we'll
were
be-
just-
What is
Yeah.
it from, like cartoons,
No,
like,
he'll be-
anime?
He'll
or
be doing a haircut, right?
Uh-huh.
Or I'll be doing a haircut, and then like we'll be like, bro, that's fire.
and then even like the Menspire guys be saying it too. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's fire. And then I remixed it. I was
Yeah.
like, bro, you guys are not Menspire. You guys are Men's fire.
yeah, there, yeah.
That's dope.
And then
Just
with
joking around.
the
But,
lately,
but I
lately-
would see some of that like in social media. I just never heard people speak it out. I'll hear them type it out in the
Yeah,
tweet.
so essentially, it's
Right.
like we're bringing it to life. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
guys bring it back to
yeah,
life.
bring it to
Yeah.
life.
So
That's-
like, there's
uh-huh.
a lot of stuff, you know, like lately we've been, you know, with the classes and stuff, we've been saying Shapenese. You
Yeah,
know, he
yeah.
came up with that, right?
Well, so what does that mean, Shapenese?
So it's like with shear cutting, you know how there's like different shapes and whatnot.
Uh huh.
So So I'm gonna just give you a rundown of what happened. So during the Menspire Portland class, there was someone that's from the Ukraine. So shout out to Lewandowski. So his English isn't, he's still learning English.
Yeah.
But what I liked about what Sean said is that even though we don't speak, even though his English isn't, the best, but the language that we all speak is hair. And then from that very moment, I was like, yeah, we speak Shapenese. It just came out.
Damn.
And then, and then
so
everyone
cool.
just started laughing because they knew what I meant, because within shear work there's different shapes, and I was like, yeah, like Shapenese. We speak Shapenese,
Yeah, so
And then
just,
from there
we just ran with it,
snowballed. We just ran with it.
And then now you see, like, it's funny because we start seeing people posting it, like,
Yeah.
like Shapenese this, Shapenese this.
A lot
and
of,
they'll
like-
tag us, It's
Yeah.
funny.
A lot of the people are like, yo, I'm fluent in Shapenese because they're fluent with this like shear cutting, and I'm like, yo, that's funny. I like that.
Yeah, I think that would be a good name for your brand, for your curriculum. Honestly, yeah,
it'll
for
be-
your
it'll be a good
curriculum,
one.
it'll be dope, bro.
Because in a way, like, it's literally a whole nother language.
Yeah.
Because like, oh yeah, you did this shape, you did this, you sectioned it off like this. Like, in a way, we're speaking in a different language.
Yeah. The average person goes to a class like that, they're like,
Like,
what
what?
is this
Yeah.
was talking about?
Yeah.
So it's it's all jokes. Like, we'll be doing like a square layer at the shop, right? And then he's like, hey, yo, you're the square layer sergeant.
Yeah, it was stone, like, just funny terms like that.
Or he's
Yeah.
like the round layer,
Round
the
layer ranger.
The round layer range, yeah.
So it's
I was
just,
seeing your post a lot.
so it's all about, just having fun with it, bro. So
100% just having fun. Like, on my stories, I just be posting like funny content.
Yeah.
For me, it's just super natural for me to just joke around. But what I like is that I'm also like including like what I do for my career, like hair cutting.
Yeah.
Like, I'm merging like my humor with hair cutting together, and I feel like it's cool that I could do that because I get to show a side of myself, but in a way I get to connect to like other people in my community,
Yeah.
like, with hair cutters and whatnot, and they're able to understand it and pick up on it. Like, oh, yo, that's hilarious.
Yeah, correct. Because I think a lot of barbers will have thought of like memes or,
Yeah.
or stuff to put out, and they don't put it out. Just be like, oh, they're gonna think I'm weird.
Right.
But what they don't notice is that it's a sense of humor. It's like
Right.
a whole different persona, but it's still you. It's part of you.
It's part of me, yeah.
You know. So Vince, did you ever take a class with Oscareño?
Oh, the class.
backyard days.
Honestly,
Oh, those it was just like that.
just the backyard days,
Mm.
yeah. The only class I believe me and Oscar took was just the two Menspire classes we took.
Okay.
So the first one was in Anaheim when they came out here to the Remedy Hair Shop. So shout out to Alex Amaro.
Yeah.
That was for, I believe, 2 days. And then after that, we really liked how they were teaching. So we decided to, hey, let's plan a trip to Oregon, Let's fly
Yeah.
up north and take a class up there. But other than that, that was like the
I
only.
want to go to that one. Are they having another one soon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they always
Yeah,
Okay.
they always have those every year. But
That one's dope.
really dope.
That class is dope. Can you guys
That's
share
dope.
a little bit about it? You guys were both there, right?
Yeah, so the reason why, a lot of people think it's like, oh, bro, I'm paying this much for a class, right? I'm paying, but at the end of the day, you got to think of it. It's like you're also taking a vacation,
Yeah.
because you're going to somewhere you've never been, and you're taking a class, and it's nothing about hair. You're learning, everything you want to learn, and you're in a different place, different environment. So it's like you're kind of forced to learn stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Every
saying?
time I go to a class, my clients tell me, what class is it? And like, it's just to cut hair. Don't you already know how to cut hair?
yeah,
bro,
I get the
yeah,
same
yeah,
reaction.
yeah.
It's like, isn't there like one way? I'm like, bro, there's so many ways
Yeah.
to cut
I
hair.
always tell them like, bro, we could always be getting better.
It's with anything, like a mechanic. They're always learning. New cars come out, new motors, all of that.
yeah, correct.
They're still always learning. Same thing with us,
Yeah.
Is there any class that you guys would take twice? Like, it was
Oh,
so
yeah.
much information that you'd be like, I want to take that class again because I feel like I want to grasp the full whole.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like, I'd go back to Menspire.
I would
Yeah.
redo that
today.
class
Yeah.
over and over
I'd
again.
fly over there today.
That's what I hear a
dope.
lot. Like a lot of people that take those classes, they're like, man, I can't. I just want to go back. Like I want to retake
The
that
thing
class.
is, like,
again.
even with us, very little like experience educating. When people take a class with us, it's like, damn, bro, we really packed this day with so much information.
Right.
It's like now we want to break it up instead of just doing it for one day. Like, how about you come for 2 days?
Right.
So we don't slam you with all that information on just one day.
Yeah.
Like, with
It's too much.
With teaching, like, I like to give students less to work with. The reason why is I feel like if I were to teach you how to fix a car, right? I teach you how to fix the engine. everything, the entire part of the car, right?
In one day.
In one day, like it's too much information.
Yeah.
You might
You gotta
forget.
break it.
Hell
But
yeah.
say if I only tell you, all right, so we're just gonna only be working on the suspension today. I'm gonna teach you how to work on the suspension. So you'll get really good at just working and learning just on that. Once when you finally get a good grip of that, you're like, all right, I'm ready for more information, right?
Yeah.
So I like giving students like, all right, just work with this amount of building blocks. Once you learn how to do that, cool, come back, and then we'll go ahead and we'll retouch on the next thing. Because I want you to get really good at that one thing, and then after that, come back and get more information. I feel like it's a lot less stress and like a lot less to remember on the client.
And to structure a class like that, like how many days do you think it's fair to share the information in the proper amount of time so that the students, once they get the breakdown, they'll be able to understand it. Like you're saying right now, you only do a portion of it first, and then obviously that student is going to show signs that they're already getting that portion. They can move on to the next step. What is the time frame of like an actual class you feel like should take? You said you went to one that was about 4 days, right? You think 4 days is it's a fair enough time, or you felt like it could have been stretched to about 5 days to get a little bit more of like the one-on-one understanding?
Honestly, bro, it just depends on what level everyone is at in their career at
Correct.
that time.
Because
Like,
I'm sure people show up from different levels, right?
Yeah. So obviously, like somebody that's more experienced, they don't need all that time because they're looking for refinement. You know, they're not really looking to learn everything again. They're looking for refinement. And if you're taking somebody that's like an apprentice, a student, you know, somebody that's barely picking up, obviously in 5 days they're not going to learn everything. You know, they're going to have questions. You know, because it's all brand new. So like with someone like that, you got to work with them like on a long period, like a long term. You know, like an apprenticeship. You know, you got to bring them in. This week we focus on this. Next week we focus on that. But that's a whole different, you know, type of. That's a school. You know, that's not a class.
I know MedSpire, they have a beginner's course where you're taking it for 3 months. So you're there for 90 days, and they're teaching you like building your foundation, building you up. But you have to go to that class for 3 months, 90 days straight.
So it's different, you know.
So it's different.
It's like a.
So you
class
feel
or a
like
school.
everyone that's into the tailored haircuts like that have to go through like a 3-month process to actually get the fundamentals of it. Then
I would
you
recommend
move
that.
on
Yeah.
to.
So it's like with everything, you have to know the fundamentals, you know, because people ask all the time, like, bro, how do you do that? How do you do that? It's like, well, I've just gotten really good at doing the fundamentals, you know, because like a haircut is not too complicated when you really just look at the fundamentals. You know?
Correct.
It's nothing crazy. Like all the crazy stuff you see on Instagram, it's all just built upon the fundamentals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I started noticing was that almost everyone I went to take a class with, they all went to grading, or they all went. They were already following certain people, like who you were with Range yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Like with him, I remember like Miguel and GT would tell me that he was one of the first ones to start teaching, having class. Diego will have classes, but then I started noticing that there's actually online classes, and people have gone through those classes. They have gone through the whole grading 5-day intense course, you know. I know Jack Louis took the grading class. I know a couple of Famos. I know a couple of people that went through the whole grading in 5 days. But then what I learned is that you have to come back and actually practice. Because I know they practice. They buy mannequins, bro, and they practice, bro. They just put the reps in. And that's something that I noticed from them, that they actually want to learn so much that they'll go practice on these mannequin heads 8 hours to do 2 mannequins in one day, right?
Yep.
So that's what I noticed. They just put the reps in.
What we've been telling the guys lately is like, look, we're going to give you this information, right? But the thing is, like, we're not going to be there holding your hand at the shop. You know, you got to go and really practice. Even if it takes you longer to do a haircut, like book out your last haircut slot. You know, in that slot, that's where you're going to practice. You know, like you got to put in the work, you know, because we can't hold your hand there, bro.
Yeah, correct.
So it's like, we've been telling them, like, look, send us all the haircuts you've been practicing. Like, send it to us. Like, we can give you, like, once you invested in us, it's like, we're an open book to you now. You know, like, we're here.
Hey, so do you guys see yourself making your own academy?
I don't know anytime soon, bro.
Not anytime soon?
It's still so like small, right? Like
I'd be open to it.
Yeah,
But it's just
but
What do you mean still so small?
like we've just started this, you know. Like we're not, you know, we're not at that level to be having a whole school, you know. Like not yet.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. It's some advice, bro. Throw a free class. Just like
yeah.
Jack Louis, big. See how many people show up.
Yeah, we'll do
Just
that.
see how much people show up, bro. Don't freak out. Just you two. Don't partner up with anybody. Just
Yeah.
you two, and see how many people show up, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit,
No,
I could start something
we
already."
definitely got some stuff coming,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's you know, it's still in the mind right
It's
now.
in the
you know?
mind.
it's in the
Okay.
So it'll
You're
come.
being
though.
patient with it.
Yeah, cause
Okay.
like we talk all the time. It's like we don't like to rush anything. You know, everything is calculated, right?
Right.
Correct.
Once you start rushing stuff, you know, it doesn't work the way you want to.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah,
Stuff
I
happens
agree.
for a reason, and we like to keep it like that. You know,
I agree. Yeah, I see both of you guys having your own academy in the future.
we'll see.
Yeah, or teaching people. Yeah, I feel like at the end when you're so passionate and invested in what we do, which is hair, you just want to teach people the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like,
What's the whole point of having all the knowledge and,
Yeah.
and just gatekeeping it? You know,
correct,
Yeah.
correct. You know what I want to see right now? I want to see like a young 14-year-old getting down with the shears, bro. Like,
Yeah,
That'd be
bro.
crazy,
that would be
right?
crazy. Imagine you get to teach a 14-year-old and he gets it on lock.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Kids
bro.
nowadays
That's
are like
crazy.
crazy, bro.
They're
Like,
learning.
They learn fast because everything's out there. you
Yeah.
know? Internet, all of that. So it'd be crazy to see a youngster just busting out a crazy brush back or something. you know?
Yeah. So let's talk about that one post that you put, Vince. It was a lot of people are good at cutting hair,
Ooh.
but other people are better at social media. Or what was it?
Yeah.
What was it?
I believe it was
Who put that out?
Gian Cardinale.
Gian Cardinale.
Let me
Did you
pull
heard
up.
that?
Nah, I think I seen it on his post though.
Let me see if I
He
can
put
find
that.
like
There's a lot of people that are good at cutting hair, but there's a lot of people that are just good at social media.
Just
something like
good
that.
at social media.
yeah.
And that's like
fire.
that's a hot topic right
So
there.
it's
bro.
just no. It's
said-
like, yeah, like
he
a lot of barbers are good at cutting hair, and other barbers are just good at social media.
Yeah. So he says there's a blurred line between people that are actually good at cutting hair and good at doing social media. Just saying.
Yeah,
That's what Gian
that-
Cardinale
So what were
said.
your thoughts on that?
I agree with that statement. I feel like this applies not just only to like our industry, but I feel like this applies to all industries as well, like all types of businesses. I feel like if you have a good marketing team, you have a good team behind you to push anything out, I feel like you'll have a huge following.
Yeah.
But I feel like now I feel like with skills and like say you're actually good at something, but you just don't have a good team behind you, a good marketing behind you, I feel like it's gonna be very difficult for you to grow.
Yeah.
I do stand on that. You know, I see a lot of like businesses and, you know, a lot of smaller, you know, creators where they have a great product, but it's very difficult for them to get their name out because they have no idea how to market themselves. You know, but they know how to do what that one thing is really good.
Okay. And what was your thoughts on that?
I don't knock the people that are good at social media because
Yeah.
even that requires some type of skill. you
Correct.
know?
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, like don't knock it just because you're not good at social media. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
But what do you guys value more? Like, which side do you value
I
more?
value-
The people that are great at the social media but are mediocre in real life, or the ones that are just really, really good in real life and have no skill towards social media? Like,
I value just genuine people, bro. You know, like if I'm not good at something, I'm not gonna go and post that I'm really good at something. You know, like I'm gonna keep it
Yeah,
100.
keep it a buck, huh?
Yeah, keep it a buck.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like if I'm really good at something and I'm putting that out, people are gonna know I'm really good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like the
I'm not
skill
putting up a
level
front.
matters most to me because I know like the marketing and all of that, like this applies to anything. Like as soon as you push it out and you're getting there, right? I'm gonna just use haircutting as an example, right? Say you have a good marketing team, but all you post is like not that good haircuts. Like
Yeah.
you're just marketing.
You're just posting the front.
You're just posting like
The
not-
lifestyle.
the lifestyle, like not really good haircuts. But I mean, you might get clients from it, but deep down, you know, deep down inside that your haircuts could be better. Deep down, you know, like,
Yeah.
man, like low key, like I could low key take some classes and get better.
Yeah.
But for the people who are actually good at something with a good skill, they know that they are there, you know, to the point where it's like my skill can save my life. Like
Yeah.
like if anyone were to put me on the spot, ask me questions, I know like
Yeah,
for
like, you're
sure, like my
confident, you
knowledge,
know?
my
Yeah.
skill, I'm confident enough that I can carry myself.
See, I agree
And
with
let's
that.
say someone with like a huge following where their skill isn't really there, someone were to point out and call them out, he knows deep down, like, how, like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Like, I'm nervous, you know, I'm not that well skilled within what I do, you know? And not only that, but I feel like a lot of the marketing and all that people that blow up so fast, I just feel like it's better to slowly get
Build.
there. It's better
Yeah.
to like slowly grow rather than just blow up so fast.
Yeah, correct,
Right?
correct.
Like-
So what? So I like what Vic was saying, because what I noticed though, that the reason why these social media barbers keep doing that and keep feeling so egoistic is because no one confronts them in like in real life,
Right.
like
Yeah.
or ask them the questions that nobody wants to ask them.
Right.
You know, so they start feeling like, I think, like you said, until the moment comes and when you put them in the spot and you ask them
That's
certain
when
questions,
they start thinking.
that's when they're
damn.
like, damn, man. So, like, for example, I know Dre Clipper Hands. You guys know Dre Clipper Hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a really great barber, right? He's really good at social media, really great. He has like 275K subscribers on YouTube, right? But I noticed that in the last year or so, he finally started taking shear classes. But he realized, like, I'm known, but I'm not the best with the shears. He noticed, and he started to, I know he joined Barber Josh Academy. Now he threw his own curriculum, because I feel like that was the missing piece to his career, where he didn't feel like he could teach other people because he knew he lacked on something.
Yeah.
You get me? But he went and he took these classes, and now he created his own curriculum. So that was an example of like someone that had a good following, but he knew that he wasn't the best yet.
Yeah.
You know,
Like he wasn't at his fullest potential.
fullest potential, correct?
It's just like, don't be happy being complacent,
Yeah.
Like, you always want to try to level up. So whether it's learning, long hair, whether it's learning how to fade, whether it's learning how to do enhancements, just always try to learn.
Even learning how to teach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I go to class.
Because at events like me and Oscar, whenever we're at events, people come up to us, and I know for me, people come up to me because I recently started working at ALCHEMY about like a year ago. People are like, "Yo, how'd you guys like learn it so fast? Like, how'd you guys like do it? Like the shoe work and all that." And then we tell them like we've only been cutting for roughly like 3 years,
Yeah.
roughly. And they're like, "How'd you guys get it?" Like they think like there's like some secret like
Yeah,
Krabby
they
Patty.
thought we like
formula.
stole the formula or something.
They're like,
you know?
how like did you guys like take something, then you guys got good at shear work? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm
We
like,
took a pill or
A red
something,
pill.
but
So
Yeah.
the people that are asking you this, these are people that are skilled in that and this.
Bro,
or
I
it's
asked
just-
him. I asked him once. I asked Oscar like, "Hey, bro, how you so good?" He's like, "Bro, go take a class."
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like honestly like it's like there's no secret to it.
Some
other than
people just
taking
grasp
classes.
on it faster than others, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
or just natural.
Yeah,
No, I think you guys actually put in the work though
Bro,
too.
we-
They done
yeah, we-
models.
bro.
models.
Yeah, yeah.
They
yeah,
just
practicing.
free haircuts. We gave out free haircuts, bro. We, went to as many events, just networked, bro, met the right people. And it's like they say, whoever you surround yourself with is like, it's the people you strive to be like,
Yep.
Yeah.
So whoever's in our circle is obviously doing the same thing,
Yep. So I mean, it was a risk for me, going to ALCHEMY. I feel like I left some of my clients in the dust. Like I left them behind, but I did that in order to sacrifice. I know I sacrificed, my clients, but I did it in order to learn the craft of cutting hair. I did
Yeah.
it to better my skill, and I wanted to be surrounded by other people that were like-minded, and I knew that were gonna push me there. So I feel like, there's a lot of sacrifice to learning a new skill. Like sometimes you have to give up some of your time. You might even have to give up, making money in order to
Yeah.
learn the actual craft of what you want to do.
Yep.
And I feel like not that many people are willing to do that. So I feel like I know a lot of people are like, "Yo, I want to learn what you do. I want to do this." But I'm like, well, then why don't you do it then?
Yeah.
Like,
It's not that hard.
It's not. Yeah, right. It's like I was like, how bad do you want to learn it?
I
'Cause
think the
sacrificed
perspective
a
on
lot.
money plays a big role too, because they're like, "Why am I gonna go pay $100 for his class?"
Right.
And we know now, like I was talking to you off camera, the Jack Louis class that we just went to, right? It was a lot of people. I was in the front, so I was able to see. But I was like, damn, this class is worth $1,000, bro.
Yeah.
It's not even worth $65. Trust me.
worth-
He's
it's
showing you
worth a
all
lot.
the gems,
gems.
all the
And it's
gems.
up to you to take that
Yeah.
and apply it.
And
But
apply it.
people see like $65 for, like when I was telling the boys from the shop, one of the homies was like, "What? $70 for a
Yeah,
shirt?"
so just
I'm like, "Bro,
imagine-
you're getting a shirt and you're going to learn."
Bro,
I'm like,
just
And I'm just like
imagine-
this. It's like $35, right? So it's like, bro, you do 2 haircuts. With those 2 haircuts, you go to a class, you get a free shirt, and you get knowledge, and you get to network. It's like there's value in other things
Yeah.
as well.
Knowledge is priceless, bro.
Yeah.
So just imagine when people, hey, how much for a class? And we tell them whatever our price is, and they're like, yo, like left us on scene, bro. Left us, it's
Yeah.
like All right, bro. I guess you didn't really want it, you know, because what I'm teaching you, like, I paid thousands of dollars to
Thousands,
learn.
yeah,
Thousands of dollars and
Yeah.
then months, years of practice to learn, me
Yeah.
unlearning bad habits,
Yeah.
and then me understanding it, and I'm able to teach it to you to where you understand it. That's like, that takes time. That takes,
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
not gonna gatekeep. You're gonna show them as much
Yeah,
as you
like
can.
everything
Yeah.
I know, I'll teach you. you
And
know?
Yeah.
access in case you have questions, even
Yeah.
along, you know,
Yeah,
your
like,
whole
even
barber
after
career
the-
and stuff.
right.
After the fact,
After the fact.
that's dope.
After the class, send us your haircuts. We're going to critique you and help you out. Like, we're trying to hold your hand throughout
Yeah.
your entire career, you know?
I think it's worth it. I
And
think
then it's dope when the client, you know, a client that follows me, you know, they'll see that I'm doing all this stuff. It's like, oh shoot, like, dang, bro, like I like how you're doing all this stuff, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's cool because
I feel like he's just adding value to your name, to your
Yeah.
brand, like who you are. Oh, Oscarinho is not just a great barber; he's also a great educator.
you know, it's cool when my client, you know, my homies that because I use a lot of my homies as the models, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, bro, like I really like how you were teaching, like. You really sound like you know what you're doing, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, bro. Like,
That's
I
true.
hope I sound like that, bro. Like, I've been trying, bro.
Right. And those clients are like, it's cool because they're like, I never realized how much goes into a haircut.
Yeah.
Because we're explaining how to section it, how to use like their head shape and whatnot. And they're just like, I never realized like how methodical, like how planned out you are when you're cutting cutting hair. And not only that, but clients respect it. They're like, wow.
Yeah,
like,
I think the models that I've used for classes, they become like real close friends.
Yeah.
It's for a reason, right?
Yeah, I always hit, you know, it's always like, all right, I need a brush back one. All right, let me hit up the homie. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down, bro. And it's like they
I
get a
feel like
haircut.
you guys have a good arsenal of a lineup already. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need this haircut. Let
Like
me go hit
models
it.
and stuff?
Yeah, models. They got.
Yeah, they got some really good
They
models.
got some really.
But that, like, you know, even us, like, getting our models, right? Like, that was just because we were experimenting haircuts, bro. So it's like those are the guys that were willing to get their haircut, like, messed up in the beginning, you know?
for free.
Right.
Yeah, and then now it's like, all right, bro, we grew it out to this. We could do this. You know, it's cool.
Man.
It's like they saw the whole
a
journey.
lot of those clients, I realize is that the clients that we use in our classes now, like we actually, they seen us since day one to us now. And they're like, and after the class, like, bro, like I've never, like,
Hey, what do you
grew
like
so
to
much.
call those clients, bro? What do we like to call them?
We call them like season 1 characters, bro.
Season 1 character.
There's like,
Every year since season 1.
Yeah.
yeah, bro, you've been here since season 1.
Yeah, like we
and
got
they've seen
the,
us
and then
now.
I'm like, bro, I'll take it a step back. I got season 0, bro. When I was in
Yeah.
the backyard, bro.
Backyard.
Like, it's funny, bro. We would just be joking.
Man,
but
that's
it's,
dope.
but it's like, you know, like it's like it's cool because my clients get to see how much I've grown and like, wow, like
Yeah.
they tell us like, wow, like I'm proud of you and I really hope this works out, you know, like later on in the future, which is awesome, you know. I feel like it's a cool environment to teach. I
Yeah.
feel like even, you know, my model takes something away, you know, I take something away from teaching. I feel like teaching helps me get better as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hearing that extrovert people, they learn from real life experiences. So like teaching, when you do a public speaking class as like, or you're doing a class, let's say for example, the student doesn't know that it's actually helping you more than what is helping them.
Yeah,
At
I
some point,
agree.
right?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I taught it this way this time. I saved all this shortcut and he got it. So you're learning as you're going too. You're learning.
And another cool thing to add is like a lot of people when they see us teaching stuff, it's like they think we're like experts, right? And we've been doing this for forever.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like I've never done this either, bro. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I've
over
never
here
done
like nervous, bro, shaking and
It's a-
stuff. And you know, you just got to do it. It's something you got to. It's growing pains, you know.
yeah.
It's
yeah,
a
that's
lot
true.
different cutting, you know, like day-to-day haircuts and then cutting to teach someone. I feel like it's a whole nother like skill level. It's for sure like you get nervous and you're like, am I explaining this right? You want to make sure like, does this person understand?
Yeah.
And then I also feel like I actually cut better when I'm teaching
When
someone.
you're teaching, yeah.
Because I feel like I'm making sure like I'm super precise. I'm making sure like I'm explaining.
That's why
it
I'm
and
telling you,
performing
it helps us more than it helps them at some
Yeah.
No,
point.
That's true,
I
yeah.
definitely agree. I definitely agree with that.
Hey, so is there anything you guys want to say about regarding education? Any last thoughts about education
As
before
far
we
as
move on?
education, I say, you know, you save up whatever money you have, put it aside to education. You know, like if you want to take a class, you know, have a little bit of money saved up, boom, put that into class. It's an investment, you know.
Yeah.
It's like having a separate investment fund, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're investing in yourself, and that's like the biggest investment you can make.
Yeah.
I agree. If you really want it, you would for sure get it. That's all I'm gonna say. Is like the education, the classes. Like I was taking a lot of classes and saving up a lot of my money, taking time away from the shop. So I was even losing more money just to learn and get the craft down. And all I'm gonna say is, like, if you really want to learn and get better, you need to be putting in the time. You can't just wish upon a star like, yo, I want to get better.
Yeah.
And it just happens to, like, you gotta really actually want it.
Yeah, you gotta have a deep desire for just the knowledge, just knowing why you're doing what you're doing on every client,
Right.
So moving on, Oscar and Chente, what would you guys say is the difference between a 30-minute haircut and an hour haircut, or price range? What adds that value to the price of the haircut?
I'm so like a 30-minute haircut, hour haircut. They both could be really good haircuts.
Yeah.
It just depends on
the client.
the client, the circumstances. If somebody wants to get in and out, obviously you're not gonna give him an hour haircut.
Yeah.
If he wants to get on 30 minutes, boom, we'll knock out your fade in 30
So
minutes.
where are you guys at, and why? Why you guys chose that time?
I'm at an hour and 15 minutes per haircut. Haircut includes a detailed style, a detailed wash, and a detailed haircut. Everything is tailored to the client. So I'm going ahead and really looking at what the client has, what he wants, and how I'm gonna achieve that, desired look.
Okay.
And like I said, everyone gets shampoo, condition, and then a style.
Yeah, I feel like, within the barber community, a lot of people are like, oh, I do 30-minute haircuts. I make more money than you.
Yeah.
I could do 2 haircuts within the time of your 1 hour.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's cool. Like, I feel like both sides of the business, like, we need barbers that do 30-minute haircuts, and we need barbers that do a full hour haircut or even more, because some people want to eat at McDonald's, and that's fine. But some people also want to eat, sit down, take their time, and have more of a fine dining type of experience. Like, we need markets for both sides. I understand the 30-minute time frame where people are like, I have work, and it's very, like, I'm working with a short amount of time. I need my haircut done quick. Like, I don't really care too much of how it looks. I need it to be done quick, and I need to get out within this amount of time. So that's why it's good to have that 30-minute time slot or even less. Some people are like, I work so much, like, I have only like 1 or 2 days off. I want to be able to enjoy myself, sit down,
Chill.
have a beer, take in the ambiance, have someone to talk to, and get a great haircut as well. Have it nice shampooed and washed. They want to sit down and take in the experience. So I feel like that's where the 1 hour time slots, or the time slots that are a little bit longer than usual, come into play. It's like there's 2 different markets. I feel like as part of the hair community, we shouldn't be bashing one another. Like,
don't knock them.
Like, oh, I make more money than you, or like, this is way better of running things. Like, imagine if we had all 30-minute haircuts. Like, what happens to the people in the market for people who want like a good experience? Like, we just completely threw that away. It's good for us to like work together and embrace each other's, work ethic, and like, kind of help each other out, and not trying to like take each other down.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like, I do things better than you.
What's your view on that, KO? How do you?
I feel like you said, like Vince said, is great to have both sides, because you can put because you make your own schedule, right? You can set up the way they book you, and you could be that barber that does both. You can put in and out haircut, and you could do VIP experience where it's more of like they shampoo your hair. Some people don't want to get shampooed their hair. They just want to come in and come out, like you just said.
Right.
So I think you leave it up on yourself to build the clientele that you actually want to sit in your chair. So if you have those options in your booking, then you could be open to both markets. Now, if you just want to be open to one market where you want to do the 1 hour, then that's the beauty of this industry, is that you can set yourself up to do whichever one you want. If you want to do both, you can. If you want to just set yourself to aside to do one, then you got to also tailor your clients to the people that you want to serve. If you don't want to do 30-minute haircuts, then don't make it an option on your booking. That's what I felt about it.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, experience is always gonna win, though.
Yeah.
Like, the experience that the client gets when he enters the shop, I think people are always going to have a desire for that. You get me?
agree.
Instead of just being rushed and like,
Bro, throwing the cape.
during the case,
Boom.
they're over here talking. He's eating while he's cutting your hair.
Or they're high.
Or they're high. Or like,
Yeah.
I think experience is gonna win
Experience
overall.
always wins.
What I see the industry going right now, I think at some point haircuts are gonna be my experience, like commission or not, I think they're gonna be like around $80 always. Everyone's gonna start aiming for that price target.
The
I think.
standard of haircuts is gonna go up because
It's
bro,
gonna go up.
it's crazy how clients come in and they know
They already know what
they
a
know
wo-
what a wolf cut is, they know what a shag is, they know what they know all that
Brush
stuff.
back.
Last time someone told me like, hey, I want a mullet, but don't round it off. He's like, I want a square in the back. That's what I saw.
So you
I'm
see?
like, damn,
Imagine you go
this
to
guy
the
knows this shit.
knows his shit.
So like TikTok is putting people on. You know?
Oh yeah. These little kids are coming in with I need a curtain bangs.
I
you
need
know?
a fringe.
I need a
and
fringe.
it's like,
Oh
bro,
my
how you
God.
know this? It's
Yeah.
up to me to know. Like you
Yeah.
shouldn't know that. Just show me a picture.
And it'd be like a low taper with weight. Don't go too high.
Yeah.
Like the 6 right here. Like they know everything. So the standard is gonna go
It is
high,
going
bro.
And it's either you get left behind or you
You adapt to
You
it.
adapt.
to it.
So do you think you could achieve a precision haircut with shears on top without doing technical work? Do you believe that's possible? Or,
Yes.
Or do you think every barber has to learn precision haircutting? How do you think?
I feel like you should have a rough understanding of precision haircutting.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's ways for you to attack a certain haircut, but I don't believe that you need precision haircutting on every single haircut.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you could do a comb over the way, like your school taught you, you can do certain hairstyles and haircuts that, you
Pick
you
up
usu-
and go, boom.
pick up and go for certain haircuts. But when it comes to other haircuts, like whereas you're working with longer lanes, you won't be able to do that. You can't really finesse your way to do that.
Yeah, I just feel like some of the ways we learn to do comb overs, I don't even know if you guys ever remember, but they'll literally go up to like the parietal, up the parietal with the one, with the
rounding
one having just, and then the comb over line, and then combed over. And it wasn't until like 2-3 years ago that I started telling my clients like, I'm not doing that no more, bro.
Yeah.
It's like what? I'm like, you need to let your hair grow from the side. I know you want it bald and fresh, but I'm not doing these type of haircuts anymore. I started realizing that someone taught us that, and it was an incorrect way of doing it.
Right.
Now, when you see a full, you actually leave weight
The
on the
shape,
sides. You see the
crown.
shape, all that. It looks normal now. Like
It looks more put together.
it looks more put
And-
together.
And when you do that, like, what did your client say?
At first, it was like once it started, the growing out process is slow.
Yeah.
It's really slow. But after he was like, "Oh, this
good.
looks
It's
awesome."
awesome.
Yeah, he did he's like, bro, I was looking at pictures of myself. It looked like I just had
Yeah, I
a
have a
gallo,
homie.
like a little
I have a
top.
homie where I was
That's
like, hey,
so
bro,
true.
we're gonna start doing this, and then like I'm like, hey, bro, pull up. I always tell the guys, I'm like, when he's at the shop, I'm like, hey, pull up the haircuts that you used to have, bro, and then it's just like, boom, bald
Bald in the
Oh.
back.
Yo,
Cowlick's
you know what's
missing.
crazy though is that I think the moms have a lot to
Yeah,
do with that.
the
because
parents.
Oh my God,
the
yeah.
parents, they don't want to struggle with styling the hair. So
Yeah,
if you
no,
leave hair on the side like that, like it's not just like a brush and go. When it's time for them to go to school or church or anything, they
No,
have to do
I
as they go.
understand.
So they're just like, mira, córtala aquí y déjame que la línea para separarlo bien. You know?
Pasa el uno hasta
Yeah,
arriba.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Everything
So
up, yeah.
it's just like, man, like you want us to do it like
No,
that?
but you
Like,
could leave it a similar way, still short, but boxed up.
Boxed up.
Boxed
There's
up.
some shape that you can
There's
put in
some
there,
shape
yeah.
in it, bro.
Yeah, you
and
could-
and the
you
kid
could
would be able to
definitely
comb it
Easy.
easy, bro.
Yeah. And it
some
looks
people
a lot better.
they would just get that part line because it was just facility for
Yeah.
them to style their hair.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, ponme la partida because if not, me pierdo. Like I don't know
I get
where
lost.
where I make
But look,
the line.
if,
You
if
know.
the haircut is cut properly, the length, regardless of where the parting, it'll still look super nice for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, so do you guys think those haircuts are still gonna be here for a long time?
The
Or-
rounded ones. Yeah,
no,
those-
the ones we were talking about right now.
Yeah, they'll still be here, bro.
Yeah.
People are
They'll
still
be
gonna be
here.
doing it because
Yeah.
people want that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's up to what the client wants. Like
Yeah.
if I see the client come in and he tells me I want you to do that, I can try my best to recommend him and refer him not to do that. But if he wants it, I have to do it. You know, it's like
I don't know why I'm more on the hopeful side. I feel like
I wish they go away, bro.
yeah, like barbers' jobs to influence that type of haircut in society.
Yeah.
Like if we stop doing those, then I
Put
think
an
people
X, bro,
yeah,
boom,
put an
boom.
X. Like, we don't do these.
like we ban these
yeah, we
haircuts.
ban
Yeah.
these haircuts.
You guys
Do you
heard
think
when-
we'll get to the
Well-
point where we get a control of doing that? Like, oh, we're not doing
Well,
that.
did you, this is good, bro. Did you hear about that one school like in Texas that banned the Edgar cut?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was true though.
It came out on the news.
Wait, but look, I went to the gym last time in LA. There was 30 Edgars, bro, around me. 30 Edgars. And now, because I was looking for a model, bro. I'm always looking for a model at the gym. And I was like, I could literally just
Rest
close
this
my
whole
eyes and be
gym.
like, this one right here.
You know what's
and then
crazy?
be that
though?
one.
You know what's crazy though? Like I've gotten a handful of like the kids that come in and they'll be like, I want an Edgar cut.
Yeah.
And, like, that's what they call it.
They call it like that.
And I'm like, dang, bro. Like, so you want the lineup? You want all the bulk? And then they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, bro. How about this? How about let me do it a better way? You know, it's gonna be similar to what you want, but let me just my way. You know?
Yeah, what I told him is like, bro, you don't need it this long to look the way you want it to look.
Yeah.
Right.
And I always like I just had one this Sunday. He had it super long because he wanted it to look textured, right? And I literally pulled it up. I'm like, bro, we need to cut all this. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, trust me.
Because they'll tell you, they're like, I want an inch.
Yeah, they want like this, like just the
This much.
trim.
Because you think,
And
oh, I
their
need the
bangs are
bulk.
all the way up here.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
but then I ended up doing it my way, and the dad was like, "Oh my god, like
Way
this
better.
way
What
better."
was your way of doing it? What is your guys' substitute way of doing that?
So- It's
just
To make it
adding
look more
layers, bro.
You just
Yeah,
have to
it's that layers.
You just have to layer from the back forward or what?
Everywhere, bro.
Everywhere.
Like the sides, the back, because it'll still lay with that texture that they want. They can still, because they always scrunch it up.
Yeah.
So
Fluff
it'll
it up.
still do all of that, but
reducing all of the weight that's there.
So it's just kind of
Unneeded.
like a crop top.
Yeah.
Kinda?
It's almost like a
laid-
crop
It's like a
top.
crop top,
It's
just
literally a
laid
crop
forward
top.
and then with a lineup, right?
So
Instead
like
of,
I see a lot of barber videos online where they're lining up the Edgar, boom, 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 and then they keep combing
Combing
it,
it
and then boom,
over.
and
They
it's
do like
that
30 minutes on the
that
lineup.
hair's always gonna be
Like,
moving
moving.
because there's no layers.
There's no
there.
layers.
Yeah.
It's just literally like a one length. It's like if
And
you
one
were
is
to,
everything's pulled to
it's
the.
like if you were to grab long hair on like a woman's haircut and you're pulling it down and you cut. That's literally essentially what you're doing on an Edgar, but on the top.
Yeah.
That's why when some Edgars, when they go like this, there's literally a ledge on
yeah.
their forehead.
Like
Yeah.
you see,
And it's
like
so
it's like they're wearing a
heavy.
hat, bro.
And it's like that man needs some layers.
Yeah,
right. Because
correct.
we need to remove all that weight, but we can still keep that length.
Hey, you
where
should
it's
make that
at.
a quote. That man needs
Needs
some
some
layers.
layers, right?
And it's crazy because
layers.
like Vince actually recorded a video of me doing a haircut like that.
Yeah.
And then we posted it to TikTok, bro. Like 10,000 views, like 50 comments, and people were like, "Bro,
But why did he do it? The kid wanted it like that.
that's what he asked for."
An Edgar, yeah.
And
After you tried to convince him, he still didn't want to. He wanted it the way he would.
I did it the way like that I was gonna do it. You
Oh,
know?
okay, okay.
And he's like, "Bro, this is the best haircut I've ever had." Vince recorded the video.
Yeah.
he
I
edited
captioned it. I was like, Edgar would sure work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then boom, posted on TikTok. It goes, for me, 10,000 views is a lot, bro. So I was
Yeah.
like, dang,
hell yeah.
bro, like 50 saves, and then people are like, "Yo, where are you located? I need this haircut. I need this."
Hey, but that's what I was telling you that I think that style was Barber's fault,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, it was-
because
it was-
they-
yeah.
we could have done it way better, bro.
I feel like-
It didn't have to look like that.
The Edgar was is like a
crop gone wrong.
Is a crop gone wrong. Like you were supposed to actually do it, like with layers and texture. But I feel like a lot of the barbers were like just being lazy, like I'm gonna just line
Yeah.
it up and
Yeah,
call
because
it
you-
a day.
you- I'ma tell
and
you
we
the-
just made this haircut on accident.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why a lot of barbers will be like, he's like, bro, I get like, I asked this barber, how many haircuts you doing in a day? He's like, this much, like 20. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, bro, because most of them are Edgars. Like, I just give them a little taper.
Damn.
I'm like, bro, you're supposed to cut the top. No wonder they like these clients because they're just supposed to do a taper. No, that's what you're choosing to do because you don't want to do your job right.
And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
bro, like you're skimping out the client. 'Cause
You're skimping out the client.
You're not giving them the full haircut.
Yeah.
You're just giving them the taper.
And look, they know damn well that they have to cut the top.
Yeah.
They just lazy. Like, oh, as long as I line it up, it's gonna look perfect.
Bro, the kid goes outside. It's windy. Boom.
It
Already,
goes
Line is all
crazy.
crooked.
lineup's already messed up, bro.
Hey, the first time I saw Edgar do their hair after I cut it, oh my god, bro! I thought it was, yeah. You go like,
And they make the face.
yeah, they make a face and you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fire,
The
bro.
first
Hey,
How much
texture
y'all-
powder, they go ham on the texture powder, and their hair is so
But bro, they have a
stiff,
style. They
bro.
go like,
They go like
they
this.
scrunch it up and they
I'm
move
like,
the top like 3-4 times. They know how to do it, and they're like, yeah.
But to each their own, bro. Me personally,
Yeah.
I don't like that style. you know?
Good.
So I have a quick question for you guys. How
Yeah.
do you guys feel about clipper companies producing so much clippers in 1 month? Like they're pushing out new clippers
Okay.
all the time, over and over and over. How do you guys feel about
So
that?
one of those was Gamma, right? Gamma created like I don't know how many machines in 1 year, bro.
Yeah.
But they were trying to play the catch-up game. I know they were playing. I know their first Stylecraft trimmers, the ones like with the button.
Right.
Those there were some of them were good. I know they started getting better with their blades. I just think now, I was just thinking about this yesterday, bro. Look at all the shoe brands there exist: Nike, Adidas, right? Now they always existed, but now they're playing the game too, and they're New Balance, Oasis, Basics,
dropping.
Crocs. Now they're becoming. I feel like Clipper Company. I feel like there's still gonna be more Clipper companies dropping more products now.
But the thing about for me, it's all about innovation.
Yeah.
So like if a Clipper company is gonna come out and innovate something, cool. Like JRL, bro, they do a good job of that. They don't drop anything until they make it better.
Yeah.
Like Gamma just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. It's like you're not really changing anything.
You're not.
You're just
not.
dropping the same Clipper with a different blade.
Yeah, correct.
It's the
correct.
same motor, same internal. Like Andis. Andis has been doing the same thing for so long, but
they're not innovating.
They're not innovating. Their Clippers are really good, but they're not changing anything.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to innovate.
I always felt like Andis has so much potential.
Potential,
I
bro.
always felt like they had
Always.
because
They were
back
always
they were
that big
always
name.
big. And when I would watch YouTube videos 10 years ago, right? Because I started cutting hair 10 years ago. I watched them 10 years ago. Everybody was using the Andis, and I didn't know anything about
The
zero,
purple guards,
doubles,
the
zero,
purple
double
guards
zero,
were the
triple
shit,
zero.
yeah.
I'm like, what is he talking about? What you mean triple zero and you're putting the guard on it?
Right.
That's my first Clipper right there. I started with my corded Andis Master and my corded T outliner.
Oh,
Boom, boom.
my God.
And we still use the corded Master to this day.
We still use the corded mat. We still have them in our station. We'll pull them out once in a while just to like switch things up, and if you want to cut a little different.
Yeah, corded Masters. Those
That
things
was
are
the OG,
crazy.
but I feel like a lot of Clipper companies, I feel like they be dropping too many stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too much for the market to really keep up. It's like, imagine if Apple dropped an iPhone every single month. Mm-hmm. It's like too much for us to keep up. Where people feel overwhelmed. They're just gonna feel like, I'm gonna just stick with this until this breaks.
Yeah,
Or
some
until
barbers
something-
are might feel.
A good example is like Apple does drop too much because a new phone every year is not necessary.
Right.
Like I still got my iPhone 13 that I got like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't need to upgrade until like the iPhone 20. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And then
But-
I have a question for you, Diego. How do you feel about cheap versus expensive shears? I feel like you've
Oh
had
my
a
God,
good I feel
damn.
like you have some experience.
Isn't
talking
it
about
hurt
that.
all the barbers out there? But barbers got to stop being cheap with their shears. You got to
I
stop
agree.
being cheap. But like I said, it's always at the end of the day is the barber and the barber shop influencing other barbers, because I grew up with a shear guy coming to sell shears and like, how much? 40 for you, my friend. 40. And we'll be like, what do we get? 2 pairs? Like,
Yeah.
30, 2 for 30. Oh, yeah,
even
60
better.
bucks. I get
Yeah.
2 shears, and it's gold and it's pink.
Pink,
Like,
it's so flat.
it has a crazy design.
The
You-
dragon on
hey,
it, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
sometimes I'll be
that's
like, which ones are the most expensive? These right here, 55. Let me get them for 40. Oh, okay. Bro, it'll last me 2, especially me. At that point, I'm already cutting hair every day. Those shears will last me 3 weeks and done. But then I was like, $40 for 3 weeks or $40 for a month. You push them, you stretch them out, they last you a cool while, right? When I got the Mitsutanis, I was like, damn, these are different. They
Different
feel
animal,
different.
right?
The steel is different. I
The
think
feel,
barber, bro,
everything.
and I never sharpened those shears for like a year and a half.
That's
Never,
crazy.
bro. Never. And I would texture everything. I know I wasn't supposed to use them dry or wet, but I mixed them. I heard you could mix it, so I would just mix on dry hair and wet. They lasted me. They still last me. I'm barely gonna send them to go get repaired, and it's $50 to repair them. But I think $800, bro, for a whole year. Honestly, if you really take care of them, they last you forever.
For a long time.
For a long time.
I feel like with that topic, I feel like it depends what the barber really prioritize. If you don't really prioritize like shear work at all, then I guess you can go with like more of a cheaper option.
Yeah.
But for sure, people who want to push for more and better, I feel like having that expensive shear, it lasts you a long time, and I feel like it's a really
Results are
good.
cleaner.
The results.
Your results are cleaner.
Because I noticed with the cheap shear, they push the hair.
They push
when
it.
You're
Mhm.
cutting
They
it,
don't slice it, right?
they don't slice it. Like, so when you pull out the hair, I realize like my line isn't straight. It's like kind of jagged. It's like my shape isn't the way I want it. But with the expensive shear, they cut a super straight
They're
line.
lasers,
Yeah.
bro. You
It's
just
like laser. It's literally like been cut.
Yeah,
perfect, you know?
correct. I think barbers that are trying to get into precision haircutting, you're not going to appreciate precision haircutting until you buy some good shears.
I agree.
And even at the end of the day, if you're not a barber that's doing a lot of precision haircut, buy yourself some good shears. It just feels great, bro.
Feels
You're
great.
cutting hair and you just know. Like, I remember when I first got my Mizutanis, I would talk to the client and I'll have them in that orange pocket. And
you see these?
I have them right here,
Orange
and then I'm like, all right, bro. So you said an inch in the front, but I'm in front of them, and I'm taking out these shears, trying to show off.
Next time you're in the
Yeah.
shop, bro.
Sword.
Next time you're in the shop, ask your client, hey, bro, how much you think these shears cost?
Oh, I used to
I've
ask
done
them a
that,
lot.
yeah.
They'll be like, I'm like,
50
take a
bucks.
wild guess, bro.
Like 100.
100. What's the most? 175. I'm like, nah, bro, these were 700. 700.
They're like, what?
They trip out, huh?
Yeah,
They
they're like,
trip
you
out.
spent that much? And I've cut someone up where he's like a chef. So his knives are expensive.
Ooh.
he
And
knew.
I asked him, like, yo,
He
how
knew.
much do you think this scissor costs? I have like a 5-inch precisioner shear.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a very small shear. He's like, I don't know, like most expensive, I say like maybe 200 the most. I'm like, you are not even close. And he's like, are you serious? He's like, well, like 400? I was like, no, you're way off. And then he's like, and I tell him the price, like 950 to like 1,000. He's like, it's like this. And I give it to him. I tell him to hold it. It's like, this was 1,000, like close to $1,000 for this 5-inch shear, which is like this big.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He's like, what makes them so special? I'm like, one, the material, the way it cuts, the way it feels in my hand, makes my job a lot easier, and I feel like it's a great investment on my end.
Mm-hmm.
And then I noticed like a lot of my clients they see it, and especially for him, he's like, dang, that's how I know you're like really
You're
invested.
dedicated.
Yeah.
So how many of those shears do you each have?
So I
yours?
work with Utsumi.
Let's see me.
Utsumi shears.
But
So-
what's your arsenal looking
So
like?
my arsenal, I got my daily workhorse, my EG55 is what they call it, right?
Okay.
Boom, that's the one I use on every haircut. And then I got my thinner, so I use those two.
Those two mainly.
But
per-
I have, like backup shears, I have like 2 other Utsumis, my 5-inch, and then I have like a 6. So I have 4 shears that I'm using on the daily.
on the daily. What about you, Vince?
I have 3 right now. I have the Mizutani Precisioners, so I use that for more precision cutting, longer lengths. It's very small, so I can fit into tight areas and cut the hair. And then I have the We Love Hair Mizutanis. Those are 5.5, so those are more like my workhorse, my all-around shear. And then I just have one thinning shear that Oscar gave me. I need to work on getting some nice thinning shears.
Yeah, me too.
Like I got to save up money,
Me
and
too.
I want to get some Mizutani thinning shears for sure. I'm still working on that, but other than that, like,
What are the
I've
top
switched
3
to
brands again, or like 4 brands of shears for you guys? I know Mizutani for sure, right?
Honestly, bro, I can't really say, bro. Like, I guess it's subjective,
Yes,
'cause
it is
it sounds-
subjective.
whatever feels good to me might not feel good
Correct.
to you. you know?
I
That's
saw the
true.
Hanzos. I saw the Hanzos. I actually went to try them out. I was planning to buy them. I think at the end too is their payment. If they have, I know Mizutani barely started doing payments like a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, they have payment plans now, so you could get a.
crazy.
But right now that we're talking about that, I think I'm gonna get me some new shears, bro. I need some
Yeah?
new shears. I
You've been
need.
thinking about it?
Yeah, I've been
Shears
thinking about
just
it.
make
Yeah.
it's so satisfying, bro. It's like, boom, the hair just falls
Yeah.
off. Like, doesn't snag. Sometimes if you have a dual shear, boom. Like, I remember in the backyard, I got some $5, $10, like, Amazon shears, bro.
Damn.
And I would be just butchering the hair,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
What is a good setup for the listeners right now that are getting ready to get some shears? What would you guys recommend to start off for people that want to get into the
just
precision
like start
cutting?
off with an intro shear, like Utsumi. The reason why I really like Utsumi is they have like a tier. They have like their intro shears.
Oh, I see.
They got like their mid tier, and then they obviously have the super expensive, handmade,
dope.
hand sharpened, highest grade steel, all of that. So you can get into a nice pair of shears for like $200, $300, $500. Like the one that I'm doing on the daily, the one that I'm using on the daily, it's like a $550 shear. Nothing too crazy. And I like it, bro. It just feels really nice in my hand, and it cuts crazy.
Send me that info. I want to check them out.
Got
Yeah,
you.
check them out. You got a discount code?
Shout out Oscarino. No, Oscar 10. Oscar
You do
10.
have a discount?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay,
what's
yeah.
up.
Let's
Oh,
check
use
that
it.
out.
Listeners,
Oscar
use it up. Oscar 10.
Oscar
On
10.
So we got down. So we can hit up Sumi to get the shears for the precision cutting. So what is one of the classes you guys recommend for the listeners out there if they want to begin to start using shears, they're really good at fading, they're really good at everything they do. They just want to up their game in shear work and tailor haircuts. What class would you recommend? Obviously, probably one of your classes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
To get started
tap
with
in
it.
with,
So,
Tap in with
so
us,
let the listeners know how they can tap in with you and how you guys can work out to get you guys booked for a class.
So shoot us a DM, either me or Vince Blends. Hit us with a DM, and then we like to send them like a questionnaire. Try to get a feel of where they're at in their career.
So we like to tailor our classes to our students. So we'll ask, what are your goals? What are you seeking to get out of this class? Like what do you want to leave with knowing? But yeah, if not that, I mean, if you want to also explore other types of education, like I say, Alex Amaro, he's working on bringing a lot of educators, world-class educators from Europe, all over the place, into his shop to try and give back to the community and try to have people learn from other different perspectives,
Yeah, he's Alex Amaro. He's with Masons, right? I spoke
Yeah.
to
He's
him a
with-
couple
yeah,
times. I
yeah.
saw him at a
he's
showcase. He's a really cool guy.
Really cool
I'm
chill.
planning to have him on the pod too.
Heck yeah,
Definitely,
that'd be
because
awesome.
he's.
Sick.
I love that he works with Mason. He also does like shirts.
Right.
He's doing all this networking. I know he's the one in charge that bring Sean, right?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
brought
Like
all the
Menspire and all
Menspire
that.
guys. So it's a
Um,
lot of work.
Another great platform is obviously online education. So I'm an ambassador for a program called Learn to Cut. Alexi Michael's the one who started that. He's in Canada, Toronto, and gives you an introduction. What the tools you should be using. It gives you a breakdown on how to do specific haircuts. Hour-long videos, and then also marketing and social media.
What I like about Alexis is that he shows you all that, but he also shows you how to be creative and how to be expressive with yourself.
Yeah.
Because I know right now he has a podcast, he has a class, but his style of introducing, showing the world his work is unique, bro. Is really unique.
Yeah, it's cool to have him, work alongside him with that, that program. It's cool to see all of that stuff because, I joined it and I saw him just with haircutting, and that's what I invested in him because it was just haircutting. I wanted to learn haircutting, and he had like this feedback. You send your videos in, and he gives you feedback. He'll reply with you with the video, and I like that. And then the class just leveled up. He started adding marketing, social media, all of that, and it's like, dang. Like he's giving all of this away
For free.
Not necessarily free.
Oh no, you guys already paid.
You got to pay, but that's information that people don't give you.
True.
So Barber KO, I know you recently opened up your new barber shop, right?
That's right.
I want to ask you a question. Do you feel like everyone is fit enough to open up a barber shop, become an owner, or do you feel like not everyone is, cut out for that? How do you?
I
what are your
feel like
thoughts on
it has to do a lot with what your goals are in the industry. Some people, I've talked to a lot of barbers, and it was really alarming to me how some of them, they're just like, nah, I don't want to be a barbershop owner, and I don't feel like I have it in me to take responsibility. I'd rather just pay rent somewhere, be comfortable, and not have to deal with all the behind the scenes stuff. And I just feel like you have to be really built for it and want to be a leader, want to be the one, to put the face first for your team and actually have the fundamental knowledge to seek what exactly is it that you want your barbershop to be. Some people are really just get into it just to make the money. And to not even be at the barbershop. So I feel like it really depends on you, but it does take a lot. I'm learning myself with all the trials and tribulations that I've been going through just to try to get it started and get it going and at first I was just like, who's gonna want to work with me? Who's gonna want to leave a running shop and want to come join my team and be and help me build? And you really don't know until you actually do it. And sometimes it's surprising the people that just kind of come and want to build with you and support your dreams and are like, you know what, let's get this moving. So I don't feel like it's for everyone, but it never shy away to try to do it. you know, if you feel like it's within you, then you want to do that, and you want to become a leader of a good team, and you want to become someone that, you know, people look up to or whatnot, that you can do it. You know, you just have to make sure you're disciplined enough to know that there's people looking up to you and people watching you, and you just can't let them down. You just have to go in
Keep going.
every day in, day out, and make sure that everyone's happy, and that, you know, your team continues to support you to get to where you want to go.
Right. I feel
Yeah.
like as a shop owner, I feel like a lot of people feel like, oh, since I'm at this stage in my career, now the next stage is opening up a shop. And I feel like, yeah, you have the resources to open up a shop, but do you have the right skills to
Or mindset.
mindset to really become a shop owner? You know, becoming a good leader, provide for your barbers, communicate effectively, be there for the barbers that you know you that's helping you build. I feel like it takes a lot of more than just resources. It takes more than just
A lot
I
of
want to make
trust.
money.
No,
You know,
yeah,
like,
that's
you
why
gotta
Yeah,
be
it's-
doing it
it's-
for the right things.
I think
feel
it's
like.
important to define what, because I think barbershop, like we all want to open up a barbershop, but I think
It's a lot of responsibility.
the mindset and the idea behind it is not a barbershop anymore. If you want it to be successful, I feel like it has to be
Like a family,
a
bro.
place of development for barbers. It's
That's
like
right.
career development, kind of like an academy almost. You always got to be teaching them the newest trends,
Right.
the newest products, the newest machines, bring in educators, like actually give them the resource, know that one day they're going to leave.
Well, yeah, you
know?
know,
Yeah.
a lot of barber like shop owners, I feel like they don't put that into their business like model,
Their
where
business
like
plan.
the barbers are gonna come and then eventually they have to leave.
They have to leave.
So like as an owner, you have to be like prepared for that, you know.
Yeah, and I would like them to leave knowing like, hey, my boy, he helped me out. He put me on.
That's right.
Like, thanks to him, I'm able to leave and achieve this new
Like
endeavor.
it
you know?
shouldn't be like you butting heads with the
Yeah,
owner.
yeah,
when,
yeah.
Like, yo, I'm
Yeah.
out. Like it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, all right, thank you for helping me out. I helped you, and like, you know, I appreciate it, but it's time for me to go to the next
Next
step.
thing.
You know?
Yeah, that's why I said like I think everybody has the potential to open up a shop. They just gotta understand what it really means now to have a successful barbershop in this new era.
in this, and I feel like in the barbershop setting, I feel like a lot of barbers come and go really fast.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
So I feel like just learn to also just cherish the moment that you're having fun with all like your coworkers, your barbers there, because you know sometimes, you know, people come and go, so you know, within their career. So I feel like it's pretty fast paced, and I feel like as a shop owner, make sure you keep that in mind. You know that not every single barber is gonna stay. You know, some people might stay there for years, who knows? But just kind of keep that within the business plan.
Yeah, and I feel like also at the end of the day, that's actually the ultimate goal as an owner, is to build these people up till they get to the point where they actually leave. They do what they're supposed to do and grow themselves, because they've entered a point in their career that they feel like, you know what, now it's my turn. You know, I sponged up everything that I
passed the
that I
baton.
passed the baton. Exactly, that's a great way to put it. Just pass the baton and be like, all right, take it on here from now. Let's make it to the finish line now. You know,
next level.
you know that's just the way how it has to be. If we want to continue for this industry to grow and evolve in different ways, then we're actually paving the way by doing the right thing and being prepared for when it gets time for even the greatest barber in your barbershop to leave.
Right.
You know, even the one, because in reality, when you got into it, you knew that they were gonna go somewhere. You knew that, you know, and even if they're gonna leave on their own and do other things that you probably didn't even imagine that they were going to be able to do, it should be great. You know, it should be great to a point where it's like they're applauding you, just like one day, you know, they looked up to you, and now you're going to be able to formulate and do something different, you know, and have the opportunity to see them build their own team now and grow with that.
And it's like you get to know that you add something to them, you know, like you
Yeah.
gave them something for them to take on and
Value.
learn. And you know, and that's something that you should be proud of, you know, like I helped this guy, you know, like in a way, you know, to help him move along within his journey. You know, that's why I also would want to like bring up the topic of how I feel like people that say, "Oh, I've been cutting hair for like 30 years,
20
50
years.
longer than you've been alive." And then
I'll be
compare-
like, bro, but
and-
you're still in the same place.
right?
Like, what
and
the
then
Yeah.
it's like you're comparing it to someone who's only been cutting for like less than that, you know, like say 2 years or maybe even
Yeah.
1, you know, and they've been constantly taking classes, educating themselves and getting feedback and willing to take criticism, right? And then it's like that. It's like it's a matter of not how many years you've been cutting hair. I feel
What
like,
you doing that
or
time.
or how not how many years you've done something. Rather, it's what are you doing within that amount of time frame that
Correct.
you are bettering yourself. You know.
Yeah, what I like to do is I like to judge people on where they're at when I met them and where are you at now. So like if I met you 10 years ago and then I see you again, you're still doing the same thing. I'm like, bro, you have no respect. At least for me, like I'm not gonna see
understand.
you as someone big. But like let's say you guys, right? I met you guys 2-3 years ago. Where you guys are barely starting together, and now I see you here. It's like, bro, you guys have done more with your time than this person has done in the last 20 years.
Right.
You know, so I end up judging them by that.
It's like, you know, like someone that plays basketball, right? Oh yeah, I've been playing basketball for 30 years, right? And then you get someone who's like 16, 17-year-old, right? He's been playing basketball since he was 5. Less years than the guy that's playing basketball for 30 years, right? And that kid has a D1 scholarship. He's playing basketball at a different level than that person that's been playing for 30 years, right?
Correct.
It's just because that kid put in more time, or he put in
More work.
what he did within those years of learning, even though it was a shorter amount of time than the person playing for 30 years. He
Yeah.
put in more work. He put in, you know, a lot of
Grinding.
dedication and a lot of grinding for him
Yeah,
to get there, even though
yeah.
he's been playing less than him. So I feel like I really don't want to judge people based off on like
Time.
I've been cutting hair for
Yeah.
like 30 years.
I was just seeing the
It's like,
post
well,
yesterday.
let me see your work, you know.
And it said, what's the difference between the old head and the OG? And it said, the old head is just a miserable person. Like, he's just
And the
miserable.
OG 's
He's
respected.
the OG, he's part of the culture the whole time. So it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like you want to be an OG barber. You don't want to be an old head barber,
yeah.
that you never learned. I saw, there was this showcase that we went to GT Cuz, right?
Right.
At GT Cuz. Some old head walked in. So I'm like, oh, ¿cómo está, jefe? ¿Cómo le va? Oh, bien, bien. I'm like, what you doing here? He's like, who invited you? He's like, I just came to see what up. Like, all that, I already know how to do it. Like, that's easy. Like, right there, yeah. And because I was trying to tell him, like, look, bro, you want to see some color? There's color right there. You want to see some sheer work? Go to right here. I was trying to
Design,
I
all
was just showing. And he's like, nah, I already know how to do all that. And I was just like, oh, my, bro, I went to his page, bro. I swear, I'm going to follow this.
You're
dude.
like, damn.
His work was just, outdated, bro. It's really outdated.
Right.
So it takes me to the topic. Do you guys feel like it's early in the barber game? And do you guys feel like it's congested?
Definitely, there's a lot of new barbers coming in. You know, like even when I joined, obviously, like we probably joined around the COVID time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like there was a lot of COVID barbers, right?
COVID barbers.
I wouldn't say it's congested, bro, because there's heads for everybody, bro. You know how many people live on, the planet Earth?
Yeah,
bro?
yeah, correct.
Like
yeah.
we need barbers, bro. It's
Yeah.
not
But I
like-
think now because we see social media, we see a lot of content,
Yeah.
content. I feel like people who are barely started, they might feel intimidated because they're like, damn, it's
There's too
so
many.
congested. There's so many.
But no, there's heads for everybody,
Yeah,
bro.
I feel like
That's why,
there's- yeah.
like, you shouldn't be worried about joining the industry because it's like, bro, there's too many people. You know?
Yeah,
what I'm
and
saying?
where do you see the state of the barbering industry right now? Do you think it's just the beginning, or you
It's
think it
just
has
the
reached
beginning,
the
bro.
peak?
It's just the
It's
beginning.
just the beginning.
What do you think? Just the beginning, or
feel
reached the
like-
peak?
I feel like we're just in a. I feel like it's like a circle. Like it's like I remember back then when Pacino's was dropping all those mixtapes and videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was really high. People were going in on the star designs, and it was just crazy. And then it kind of like shifted away, and it kind of died down. And now it's getting back to on and popping. And now it's crazier because it's innovative. Now we're going more like towards like the tailored cuts and all that stuff. So it just has an era every time. It's like it's hot, then it gets cold, then it gets hot. But every time it gets hot with something new, with some
Yeah, so
really
that's
innovative.
the key, bro.
You know,
The-
that I
the
feel
key-
like
the
that's
key
how it's
is
going.
Innovation.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? So like you said it, bro, innovative, right?
Yeah.
Like every time something new comes out, it comes out better, you know?
It does. It does.
It
So-
does.
agree.
Because like right now, I remember when they were doing like the color designs on the heads, right?
Oh yeah.
And now it just blew up to something even huger now, you know? Like even like barber
Yeah.
competitions, they used to go and do dope design work and maybe add a little glitter. Now they're coming out with, costumes and 3D face painting and all this
Yeah.
crazy
So
stuff.
it's like now you're
You know,
merging
it's
like
just
hair
like
cutting.
everything that they're adding on to hair cutting. is just innovative.
It's like
you know?
all of the like different forms of cosmetology, hair cutting. It's all like mixing, because now there's barber battles where it's like, all right, this person has to have the haircut, but you have to partner up with like a Cosmo to do like makeup.
Oh, that's dope. I think that was,
And like
that's
if
really
you do
innovative.
that on the spot, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like that's fire.
Yeah. So what do you guys think is wrong with the industry right now? What's like?
Oh, actually, I have a question
Yeah,
for you guys.
yeah.
What do you think about like barbers that think they're celebrities, or like is there a difference between being a celebrity and being an influencer?
I have so what I'm think is that barbers feel like celebrities now just because of social media and just their ego, and they think they have a viral post or they're kicking it with celebrities maybe. I just think that's why they feel like celebrities, but they're really not. That's my belief in it. Like I don't see any barber anymore. In the beginning, you do see them when you go to these expos, but then you realize that they still gotta go back home and work, just like everyone else. There's nothing special. Obviously, there's the talent is there, the skills there, the dedication's there, but at the end of the day, they still gotta work for the money like we do.
At the end of the day, we cut hair.
We cut hair.
cut
We
hair.
all cut
Yeah.
hair.
And what I want to add to that is that between like a celebrity and an influencer, I feel like an influencer, you're just trying to help better someone or give advice and tips. But I feel like you're kind of well known within a certain niche group,
Okay.
right? Like
An
for barber-
influencer.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. I feel like barbers, I feel like you guys are really well known like in the barber community, but if you were to step outside in a huge crowd, I bet you no
Nobody
one's
knows
gonna
you.
know you.
Nobody knows you.
You know, like compared to a celebrity, someone who's an actor, like a lot of people have seen you, a lot of people know who you are. Rather an influencer, like you're just known within the barber community.
You were
know?
giving us some examples of celebrities. Who were like who's a celebrity?
Like if you talk about celebrities, like me, I like soccer, bro. You talk about Messi and Ronaldo, talk anybody,
Anybody, any
They-
language
yeah,
almost.
they know, bro. They know who that is. But if you say, hey, you know who Oscarino is? Nobody knows who I'm at.
Yeah.
Only people in,
And
Only
only
the
people in the barber
barber
industry.
community.
Only
Right.
people in the industry know who I am. People in my community know who I am. I'm not.
So
a
you said
celebrity.
there was a celebrity, there's an influencer, and then you had said there was one more. I think.
Man, what did I say?
No, you didn't
I don't
remember.
remember.
Okay, but that's all I remember: celebrity and influencer.
Icon, maybe. I don't know. Maybe
Oh,
there's an icon. Like an
Mhm.
icon is like somebody that everybody knows, bro. You
Yeah.
know, like
Like Kobe, everyone knows who Kobe
everyone.
Bryant
You could
is.
go to
Yeah.
Japan. You could go to South Africa. You
People
could go
know
to,
you. Yeah.
People know who Kobe is, bro.
Yeah,
people
correct.
are wearing Kobe jerseys.
Yeah.
People
I
are
feel
not
like
gonna
a lot
know.
of icons don't really have like dirt on their name.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of hard to like earn. Like there's
Yeah.
always try to dig up some really bad stuff on people, but if you always, for example, like LeBron James, like I hardly hear anyone talk bad about him.
I do.
You know,
Nah.
like,
Well,
like
that's because of his status,
in a
bro.
way where they like bring out receipts
Oh,
and they're
oh,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what,
yeah.
like he's sleeping with other women and
Oh,
you know
no, yeah,
he's
yeah.
always infused with his wife or something like that. You know, like nothing but greatness from him. Like he's breaking records. He has the all-time scoring record. He has X amount of championships, X amount of MVPs and stuff like that. That's to me that's like iconic. Like
He's an
what
icon.
they've done. And
Why,
big
why
things
do you
like
think
that.
barbers feel like celebrities though?
I think it's a lot to do with social media, bro. Social media, like, as good as social media can be, it's also toxic.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people put up a front, and it just gets to people's, head, start
Yeah.
acting different. Like me and you could be friends for, like forever.
Yeah.
You get that one viral post, you get that 100,000 followers.
Yeah,
you
I don't
might-
know this guy.
Yeah, you might leave me behind, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it just.
Nah, I won't. Nah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like people,
Yeah, yeah.
people would like to switch up all the time.
Yeah, true,
It's like,
true.
Like somebody gets a nice car,
Yeah.
and then you're driving still your Honda. Oh, I'm better than you. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna hang out with you because you got that Honda. You know?
True, true. I just think barbers are really they're too competitive now. Like you were saying, Vince, like, oh, I make more money than you, or like, who cares if you make more money? Like, what are you doing for like the community, for the barber community, for your society? You know, how are you as a person? Like, I think that's what really it comes down to, and you could tell when you meet these people in person what they talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
You get me? If they try to ignore you, you're like, what? I'm asking you how your day is
And
going.
then to be honest, like barbers, we make fast money.
Yeah.
know?
You do.
We collect money every hour. Boom, boom, boom. $50, $60, whatever it is, $100.
Yeah.
We collect money quick, and a lot of times people spend that money on stuff that's not needed, you know?
Yeah.
And like they buy flashy things and it's like, for what?
But they got some $40 shears.
$40 shoes. I'm about to say that too.
They got some $40 shears.
I'm like, dang. But yeah, you know, I feel like it's just better to have like a community hold you down rather than just have
Yeah,
a bunch of like followers
be a
or
celebrity
people
in your
that
community, you
don't
know?
even know.
Yeah,
you.
be a celebrity of the community. That's hard. Be a celebrity of the community.
Yeah, that I think that some people could be an influencer in the barber community and then become a celebrity in the community as well. But I feel like the ultimate goal should be always to be a great person, period. Even to where you light up the room, whether it's a room full of barbers or it's a room full of people, you know, getting together for Bible study or getting together, you know, at the barber shop or whatever, you know, like you can have that energy all the time with you. I think that you start off somewhere and then you build that confidence with the people that praise you all the time. And then you can use the exact same confidence that you build right there and take it up a notch to being a better person now in a room full of students or even what I like to do as myself and what has helped me, you know, be able to talk in front of people. Because sometimes when I'm out there emceeing events and stuff like that, they're like, how do you do it? How do you do it to come up with what you say and stuff like that? And it's like, just to practice, like I use a lot of my family events where it's time, for example, it's time to break the piñata and I get all the kids together and I'm like, hey guys, look, we're gonna do this, we're gonna stop playing. If you can come and we're gonna go and break the piñata right now, or like we're gonna go and sing happy birthday and let's do this. And it's just by practicing it with the people that I love and the people that I know love me and have my back, it makes it easy when I'm in a room full of people that don't know me.
Right.
But guess what? People are in the room to see you.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're so focused on being nervous and that we're gonna mess things up or something like that, but we're not valuing that they already took the time out of their day to plan to come and see you.
Right.
So it's just a shift of energy that you can use, and that's what fuels me every time that I need to come in front of a crowd or anything like that. It's just remembering that even if, like what we were talking about earlier, like how Oscar, you were saying, well, I don't even know if anybody would show up. I don't even know if all these people would even care that I'm gonna be at these spots. And it's like, you won't know till you actually do it. If you set that up and you're just like, you know what? There's people, like I was telling you, there's people out there that are like, I wonder where he's gonna be at. I saw him at LYC and I wanna see him again, but more in depth now. Like I wanna be at a hands-on class with him. Where is he gonna be at showcasing next? Oh, we don't know. I guess we'll just wait till he posts something. But if you're to set something up, because we're actually talking about how come if you're educating, people are flying you out, taking you different places. How come you don't post something where people can find out where you're gonna be at next? And I feel like it's a thing that is trending right now and that is helping a lot of people. And actually, you would have a group of people that you're gonna see familiar faces in different cities. Like people may go out to the Bay and catch you out there, and then come back down to San Diego when you're doing a showcase, and then see you again in Vegas in August or whatnot. And then you start seeing these same faces. You're like, dang, I got a fan base, like some people are really out here and are really moving things, and it applauds to yourself, it gives you that confidence that you may need.
The craziest thing too is like, obviously we're posting our work all the time, stories, and when people message you like, yo, this, like, you inspire me, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like, me, like, why do I inspire you? Like, that to me, just
you
like,
feel
it gives
that
me the chills,
imposter syndrome, huh?
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome, like I shouldn't be inspiring this
like,
person.
It gives me the chills, like, damn, bro, like, what am I doing that is inspiring somebody, And it's like,
it's just, you'd be surprised. What I've learned, bro, is that people are attracted to seeing other people just be successful, because everyone wants to do what you're doing, but they're afraid, bro. They haven't even started. They haven't even done public speaking. They haven't even done a class, and they see you do something. As for them, it looks simple, like just giving them a class. But for them, for some other people, they're like, damn, this guy's teaching in front of 40 people. Like, I can't even do that. I'll be so afraid to even stand up and give a class,
Yeah.
So I think that's why we inspire so much people, and we have so much potential to attract new audiences, bro. So we're gonna wrap it up right now. We have like 5-7 more minutes. But one thing I wanted to ask both of you guys, during this journey of your barber career, what has been your biggest lesson life lesson, career lesson that you have gotten out of it? Just because you guys also are around and you guys are surrounded by a good circle. So what have you learned throughout these last 3 years? What's the most valuable lesson you learned?
Like for me, I think it's just like taking the risk, taking the jump, like I came into this career like leaving my old career behind,
What were you doing again?
I had a bachelor's degree in aviation and I was working at LAX as a load planner,
Oh,
weight and
okay.
balance, handling all that, some crazy
You
stuff.
gonna be a
bro.
pilot or what?
I wanted to
Oh,
at the
okay.
time, but all that I kind of pushed it to the side to jump into this new
Yeah.
venture, and it's like I wasn't scared to make the jump. At first you start getting doubts. You start
Yeah.
doubting yourself. It's like, bro, am I really gonna be making money? Am I really gonna have a clientele? Like, are people gonna follow me to OC? Because I live in LA.
Yeah.
I'm driving to OC. I left, my clients behind, my local clients. Boom, I'm in OC, 30 miles away, and it's like I've never done this before. It's the first time I'm jumping into a shop, and it's like I had belief in myself. I talked to my parents, my family, and they're like, yo, if you want to do it, like, do it. We see that you're super dedicated. You have a passion for it. Do it by all means. You got our support. So for me, having like a support system at home, it made my move easy.
Correct.
It made that decision like, yeah, I'm still young. I'm gonna do it. But I went in with the intent to be the best at what I could do. So it's like you have to believe in yourself before you even do anything.
Yeah.
Because if I had
That's true.
doubt, I'd be at the shop. If the slow days, I'd go to the shop with no clients. But I'd sit there all day looking at what the homies were doing, how they were cutting. I was learning, and for me, it's like I could have just been at home all day. But no, I wanted to learn. So I'd go to the shop. And, eventually now I have a clientele.
Yeah. So your biggest lesson is just taking risks.
Taking risk and believing in yourself.
Yeah.
So that's, for me, like, never be afraid to do anything. You got to go in, like, head first. Even if you're afraid, just go in, because you never know. You might think it's going to be super tough. But when you go in, it's like, oh, this is simple. Easy.
Yeah.
Just dedicate yourself and go in.
Correct. What about you, Vince?
For me, my biggest takeaway within my career within barbering is that it's a marathon, not a race.
Yeah. It's not a sprint.
I agree. Yeah, it's not a sprint. I feel like a lot of people coming into this industry think that, oh yeah, I'm gonna be booked out as soon as I get out of barber school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cutting hair is so easy. I just gotta watch YouTube tutorials and whatnot. But the real experience that I've gotten through cutting hair is that it takes time. Building your clientele takes time. Building your skill takes time, and being patient. And I feel like if you don't have the skill to be patient within barbering or within cutting hair, it's not going to be fit for you. I've known a couple people who've cut hair, the same time that I started cutting hair, and I realized they just slowly stopped, cutting hair. And it's like, wow, I think it takes time to really get to where you want to be. I just feel like, what happens if I were to tell you next year you're gonna blow up? Obviously, that moment where you feel like giving up, you don't know, you might blow up the next day, you might blow up next month, next year. How do you know when is it done for you? You just gotta be patient. If you know that you love doing this, continue doing it. Just don't think of it as, oh, I gotta post and then do this and then I'm gonna blow up as soon as I get out of barber school and cut hair.
Yeah.
It's it takes time for you to get there, and it's little baby steps that I feel like people don't really say within the community, is that it takes time to build and get yourself up. Look at a lot of these people that blown up within the industry, Stay Gold, and she's been cutting hair for a long time, and she's been working really hard to get in the position that she's in now, right? She's been cutting hair for a long time. She's been working at different shops, and it took her a long process for her to get to where she needs to be. But she knew that she loved cutting hair. She knew this was the career for her, and she was patient throughout the process.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm hearing from you guys is that you guys also learn how to be patient with your journey. You guys know you guys are young. You guys know that you guys have the skills. You guys have the potential, but yet you both are not rushing. You want to take it slow.
One thing that I saw the other day is I think the guy Peter Gosling.
I know. Yeah, he's dope.
He posted something where it said a lot of people don't know that it took me 14 years to get here. So it's for me, it's I don't know, how Vince was just saying, I don't know when that time is gonna come for me. So what if I drop out now? It's like I would have never
You
known.
would have never known.
So it's like I gotta keep going.
Yeah, I read a book, and at the end of the book, it's actually that red one. It tells you, imagine if one day. So you had to write down 10 sentences and fill them out. Like, imagine if one day I can take all my family to vacation to Hawaii, and you had to write 10 of them. But it reminded me of what Vince was saying. Like, what if? Just what if? In the next 2 years you're blowing up and you don't give up.
The last time Vince said something that was cool. What were you saying about life is limitless? You want to talk about that? Because that one stuck for me, bro. Like I've never heard that, and when he said it, I was like, bro, that's a good one.
Give it to us, Vince.
Man, let me see if I could try to remember. I think I said, once when a person realizes that life is limitless, that's like the beginning of greatness. That's the beginning of you starting your journey.
I think I remember saying you have two lives. The first one ends when you realize that life is limitless.
Yeah.
The other one begins after that. You know, that's a great
It's
quote.
living without fear. You know,
Yeah.
like fear is what holds all of us back.
Correct.
You know, and
I read that we are the only ones that know what we fear. No one else knows.
yeah,
what
like
fear.
you know, you guys don't know what makes me scared. I
Yeah.
could be scared of clowns, and you know, something like that, and you guys will never know. Like what could be stopping me could be something super simple.
Super simple.
You know, like fear of speaking in front of people that could stop me.
Mm-hmm.
But if I just overcome that, boom, I'm great. You know.
Yeah, hell yeah,
So,
hell yeah.
Just like that.
Can you guys give us one goal that you guys are trying to accomplish by the end of the year, and we'll finish with that? What's one goal you want to accomplish by the end of the year that you're gonna be like, if I do this goal, I had a great year.
You want to start with that?
Man,
I gotta
one
think.
great,
And then you want to.
one great goal for me is one great goal would be I want to make sure I have at least one person hit me up and say like, you helped me elevate my game. Just one person after either taking a class, having a conversation with me, saying like, wow, you helped me change my game. Like you helped elevated it. That's just my goal.
Once
for
a
the
day
year.
or like once a month?
No, like just one person.
Okay.
Just for this year, just reach out.
What about you, Azariah?
This one might sound a little too like it's too much about me.
No,
but,
no.
Like one goal that I have is like I work too hard, bro. Like I work every day. Like I want to start taking time to like give back to myself. You know, like if it's to go play soccer, you know, if it's to go day just to dedicate myself to go to the gym or something. You know, like a day just for me to chill, bro. Because I'm working Tuesday, Saturday at the shop, and then I still go and cut hair Sunday, Monday at the crib. You know, it's like I'm doing too much, bro. Where it's like a good thing that I've heard is like you got to protect your passion. You know. And
don't burn
passion,
out.
Yeah, my passion is cutting hair. So it's like I don't want to burn out from cutting hair. So I gotta give, you know, my days off respect.
Right.
So I gotta give myself respect, you know, because I'm working too much.
I
man.
love that, bro.
And like you know, that might sound like my goal is too much focus on me, too self-centered, but it's like I gotta do that for myself, you know.
That's dope that you say that because a lot of us need to hear that part that, you know, we gotta honor ourselves and give ourselves time and applaud ourselves too for everything that we've been doing, everything that we've accomplished this far, and for what's to come as well. So we can stay ready, stay hungry,
Stay planned.
you know, and stay planted.
Right. That's why, you know, I like to say work to live, don't live to work.
That's right.
Yep. So we're gonna wrap up this episode. It was a great conversation. Before we leave, I'm just really happy for what you guys got going on. I know that you guys are gonna end the year strong. I hope to see more education, more content from both of you guys. Keep working together. I think you guys already took care of one of the most difficult goals that I think is for a barber, which is finding someone to work with and create a project. Because once you pass over that hurdle of not seeing your partner as a competition, but as a teammate, I think you guys are gonna be able to reach so much stuff, bro. So keep putting in work, Vince. Keep putting up Oscarino.
It's just the beginning of
it's just the
Blends and Oscarino. You know
it's
what
just
I'm
the
saying?
beginning,
Scratching the
man.
surface.
It's been a great beginning, though. It's been a great beginning. KO, can you wrap us up?
That's right, man. Just shout out to you guys. Everything that you guys have told us behind the camera and in front of the camera, what's about to happen for you guys, I'm excited for. And, you know, once again, I want to let you guys know, just like everyone that we bring on here, that we're now a family, guys. If anything that we can do to help you guys out and achieve your goals or anything like that, whether it's just using the studio for photography and maybe a hands-on class or anything like that, you know, don't be afraid to reach out. We're here to bring in people to also help out people to get to where they want to be at. So thank you guys for coming through.
Thank you
and
guys so
putting
much.
together
This is
for
a
us.
wrap.
Yeah.
Almost Cariño and Vicente Cuz from the 626.
Shapenese, let's go.
Down came more, God made a way.